Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Naomi and today we're going to do tapping for PMS. So PMS is just one of those scenarios where society has made us think that it's like a normal thing, like that everybody has PMS, so what of it? And in actual fact, it isn't normal, like we shouldn't have PMS. And I used to have really bad PMS, and I shared this on another video, so it's a yoga flow for PMS. And I've shared that I used to have PMS quite badly. It used to affect my relationship with my husband, and now I'm like, oh, this is like how it feels, and this is why it feels like that, and this is why this has happened. So just one little note, because there's so much to this chat, which is not going to be conducive to a tapping video and doing the tapping. But one of the things that you can really think about is the mirroring of your autumn and where that mirrors. So the autumn mirrors the spring. So if you rush out in your spring, then you'll often find yourself feeling overwhelmed in your autumn because you're a cyclical being, and by the time you get to autumn, it's just going to be too much. So just honoring the fact that you deserve to find yourself feeling into those feelings, and knowing that if it's too much, thinking back to your spring. And that's why tracking is really useful, because you can track back to your spring and be like, oh, okay, yeah, in my spring, I wasn't able to rest as much. I was rushing out of my period gate, or I was really busy at work, or I had this big argument with somebody, or whatever it is, and that can trigger you in your autumn. And knowing as well that like your spring is not from like day 3 of your bleed and then being like spring, and that's another mistake that people make, that even though the bleed may finish like 4 or 5 days in, that you should really be resting for a full like 7-ish days, if not a little bit longer, as you feel into that estrogen rising. So for my little note of the day, I'm sure I will come with more of those notes. The more videos that you watch, you'll see I just try to add in support where I can. And I always say to people that I'm always a message, I'm always a call, I'm always a session away for extra support and feeling into your feelings that are arising for you, and supporting you with whatever it is that's coming up for you during your cycle. Okay, so let's get into some tapping. We're going to tap for PMS, and we're going to tap to just feel into any of those feelings that are coming for you. So we're going to be tapping on, if you've watched my videos before, then you'll know, but just quickly, we're tapping on this middle point here in the forehead. Well, we're tapping on the head first, or in the middle of the head with our fingers here, tapping on the forehead here, tapping on there's like the bone here on the end of the eyebrows. There's the bone here, so it's like the socket, right? So we're working around the eye socket, so it's like the socket there. The socket in the middle here with 2 fingers. There's the end of the socket here, so tapping onto the socket there under the eyes, tapping underneath between the end of the nose and the lip here, the groove in the chin. You're looking for the bones here, the collarbone, and you're tapping on the end of the collarbone here, underneath the arm, karate chop, and then all of the fingers, and then again. I didn't do that in the exact right order, but you get the points. Okay, are you ready? So tapping at the top of the head. Inhaling, exhaling, even though I'm feeling these challenging feels right now, I know that this is simply my body, simply my mind, asking me to rest, to restore, to breathe into the emotions that are arising, to honor myself for being a cyclical being. To know and be reminded of that I deserve to fill up my cup first, to look after myself first, to honour myself first, so that I can give back when I'm ready. Ending on the karate chop. Inhaling, exhaling, spine straight, shoulders away from the ears, and we're going to go back again. Even though I might find myself chastising myself, getting angry at myself for feeling as though I need to pull back, for feeling as though I need some space, that it's okay to pull back. That it's okay to need this time. That it's okay to feel into the feelings that are arising versus being super sociable or getting everything done. That I'm okay to do what I need to do. That I do not need to be chastising myself for feeling all these emotions. That in actual fact, saying no to that social occasion is necessary if I'm ever going to be able to rest in my winter and be sociable fully in my spring and my summer. Karate chopping. And one last time through, inhaling, exhaling. Even though society lives heavily in the masculine, I know the importance of marrying up my feminine with my masculine. And so I'm going to focus on doing things that nourish me first. And at the end of this tapping video, I'm going to think of one thing that I can do that's going to fully nourish me. Whether that's making a cup of tea, whether that's getting myself my favourite face creams, having a bath, that I am going to just repeat these things for myself. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of putting my needs first. I am worthy of putting my needs first. I am worthy of putting my needs first. I am going to ensure I honour myself. Inhaling, exhaling, resting the hands, dropping the shoulders. Oh my gosh, it feels so good just to honour ourselves in this way. I'm also in my autumn phase. And I love being creative in my autumn, but I also need all the nourishing, all the nourishment. Loving you, beautiful one, as you move through the rest of your day, wherever you are, hoping that you can set that seed now to do something for yourself. You have my permission. Here is your permission slip. Whatever else needs to be done is not as important. So, loving you, beautiful one, loving you.